are written in the book of the law. I told you the Bible is a book of laws. So when you don't do what the Bible says, you are automatically bringing curses on yourself because you chose to walk like the devil and not do what God said his kingdom must be ran. He said, my kingdom is ran by my laws. Try to go and take your driver's license test and don't study. See what happens. You're going to flunk the test. We flunking in life because we ain't reading this. Stuff is going wrong in our household because you ain't following the biblical principles. God cannot honor anybody who will not sit down and follow his instructions. How many of y'all like to put stuff together and don't want to read the instructions? See? And that's why we see what we see. Oh, I don't need that. I got it. My nephew did that the other week. Put stuff together. I said, well, what's wrong with this? Oh, I got to take the whole thing and look. See? Then read the instructions. Stuff happened to us in our life. Shoot, why did it happen in my family? I didn't read the instructions. What happened to me with my money? I didn't read the instructions. Then we get mad at God for something you didn't do. See that spirit of blame. He said, and if you turn to the Lord your God with all your mind, all your heart, and with all your being. He said, for this commandment which I command you this day, it is not too difficult for you, nor is it far off. Verse 12. It is not a secret in heaven that you should not say, who shall go up for us to heaven and bring it down to us that we may hear and do it? He said, how can I go in heaven and do it? He said, it ain't too hard. But listen, he said, this is how you get what you need from me. Verse 16, verse 15, 14, I'm sorry. Devil, you lie, verse 13. Deuteronomy 30, verse 13. He said, neither is it beyond the sea that you shall say, who shall go over the sea for us and bring it to us that we may hear and do it. But the word is very near in your mouth and it's in your mind. Didn't I tell you? Your mind is a spirit. He said, so the word is in your mind, it's in your heart so that you can do it. See, I have set before you this day life and good, blessing and curses. If you obey the commands of the Lord, in other words, if you obey what's in the Bible, I command you today to love the Lord your God, to walk in his ways and keep his commands and his statutes and his ordinance, then you shall live and multiply. So if we're not multiplying in our family, we're not multiplying in our life, it's because we are breaking laws. Does that make sense? He say, and the Lord your God will bless you in the land unto which you go to possess. He said, but if your mind and heart turn away, in other words, if you choose not to read the Bible, you choose not to listen. He said, you will not. He said, you will not hear, but are drawn away to worship other gods and serve them. In other words, you're doing your own thing. He said, I declare to you that you shall surely perish, and you shall not live long in the land which you shall pass over the Jordan to enter and possess. Listen to verse 19. He said, I call heaven and earth to witness the day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Therefore choose life, that you and your descendants may live. So what you doing is, he said, I'm going to bless you and your children based on what you do. He said, so even the earth is listening to you. You sitting at home on your porch. I can't make this. This too hard. The atmosphere is listening to the words you're saying. You in your bedroom, in your mind, it's too hard. I can't take it no more. You ain't saying nothing. The atmosphere is pulling and feeling the spirit that's in you. And you're drawing evil to you. You ain't saying nothing. You're drawing evil to you because of what's on the inside of you. See, you got to understand that God is looking for a people that you got to pay attention to what you're saying. See, because people, I ain't studying all that church stuff. I ain't got to do all that. See, that's what they do in the world. But in the kingdom, we don't do that. You trying to compare what they doing to what we doing. You can't compare what they doing. You got to look at how the kingdom is ran. follow instructions. Come on, God said, because if you're going to be like me, you got to be re-imaged like me. Turn your Bibles to 2 Timothy, 3rd chapter.